While many teams try to get the biggest steal of the NFL draft, the 49ers often are the ones last laughing. Last year, they stole Brock Purdy, and some of their other previous steals include Fred Warner and George Kittle, and a plethora of other players, including Talanoa Hufanga, a safety. Despite being a 5th-round selection, Talanoa Hufanga in his second year proved to be a Pro Bowl safety. This year, it looks like the 49ers may have stolen the best safety in the 2023 draft, despite only having picks in later rounds. The San Francisco 49ers were able to get one of the best safeties in this draft by trading up with the Minnesota Vikings using the plethora of draft capital they have accumulated, and they selected Ji'Ayir Brown with pick number 87 in the 3rd round. He's a safety out of Penn State, and in this video I hope to break him down a little bit more and how the 49ers got arguably the biggest steal in the 2023 NFL draft. Brown started his college career at Lackawanna College. He attended from 2018 to 2019. In 2019, he was a Northeast JC Football Conference Defensive Player of the Year. In 2020, Brown transferred to Penn State, and it took him no time until he was the starter in 2021. In 13 starts that year, he had 73 tackles, 6 interceptions, and 1 touchdown. Brown returned to Penn State in 2022 and followed up with a spectacular year. In 2022, Brown had a total of 74 tackles and 4 interceptions. Brown, during his time at Penn State, proved to be a true ball hawk who had the ability to diagnose exactly what the quarterback was trying to do to his defense. And he has the instincts that remind me a lot of Talanoa Hufanga. Brown also has the ability to quickly burst, with his 10-yard split being 1.56 seconds. This helps him as a blitzer, and when he's in coverage, he's able to make these quick movements maybe quarterbacks don't expect him to be able to make. Prior to the combine, many analysts had Brown as their top safety, but then he ran a 4.65 second 40-yard dash. And if his 40-yard dash was more like a 4.5, he definitely would have gone in early 2nd round or late 1st round. The 49ers also mentioned that Brown played a lot faster than his 40 time would suggest. Just because Ji'Ayir Brown tested a little bit poorly, the 49ers were able to get an absolute steal, a possible day 1 selection in the second half of the 3rd round. Not many teams can say they made that steal. Another reason to not understate the impact of this decision is that the 49ers are looking ahead. While they have Talanoa Hufanga and last year's starter in Gibson on the team, they're looking forward to when Gibson perhaps falls off since he's getting up there in age. Brown is a day 1 starter possibly and could push Gibson for the starting role. Brown was also hand selected by Steve Wilks, the 49ers' current defensive coordinator, who has defensive back specialty, which means he may have an edge over Gibson. And while many teams might not get the biggest steal of the NFL draft, I think the 49ers did with their selection of Ji'Ayir Brown in the second half of the 3rd round. And I know a lot of people are going to be skeptical of Brown because of his lackluster 40-yard time of 4.65 seconds, but I honestly think he's going to be able to excel in the league, much like Talanoa Hufanga was able to. But now, since I told you who I think the biggest steal of the NFL draft in 2023 was, I want to hear your thoughts down below. Who do you think is the biggest steal? And what do you expect out of Ji'Ayir Brown? Thank you guys so much for watching. It means a ton.